las adoro.
Welcome to the channel. In today's video, we're diving into a world of creative garden borders that blend rustic charm with soft, pastel beauty. Whether you're working with old crates, vintage toolboxes, reclaimed ladders, or weathered baskets, I'll show you how to turn forgotten items into fresh, eye-catching planters that bring character and warmth to your yard. Each idea is simple, eco-friendly, and perfect for a summer refresh. No fancy tools or big budgets needed. We'll walk through over 20 different border concepts, complete with layout tips and visual inspiration, all designed to spark your creativity. So grab a drink, get cozy, and let's reimagine what your garden edge can look like with a little paint, some repurposed treasures, and a splash of pastel color. Let's get started. Repurpose old wooden fruit crates by giving them a fresh coat of paint in soft, inviting pastel shades such as lavender, mint green, or warm peach. These gentle colors add a touch of charm and whimsy, making the crates perfect for creating a delightful planter border along your front yard fence. Arrange the crates in a neat row to define the garden space with a cozy, inviting vibe. To elevate the rustic look, incorporate modern design elements by adding stenciled patterns. Think simple geometric shapes or floral motifs, or minimalist labels that name the plants inside. This thoughtful combination of weathered wood texture paired with smooth pastel hues creates a perfect balance between rustic warmth and contemporary freshness, ideal for summer. The full-frame composition highlights the entire planter border, focusing on the carefully painted crates, with a clean, unobtrusive fence serving as the subtle backdrop, enhancing the overall aesthetic appeal of your outdoor space. Use old milk crates creatively by wrapping them in pastel-colored burlap or fabric scraps in gentle hues like blush pink, sky blue, or soft lavender to create a charming modular planter border. These wrapped crates can be easily arranged and stacked along the edge of your garden or front yard to form a visually appealing and flexible planting area. Inside each crate, place small potted plants, herbs, succulents, or colorful flowers to add life and texture to the display. The combination of the rustic weathered milk crate structure with the soft, flowing fabric creates a breezy, summer-friendly aesthetic that feels both casual and thoughtfully designed. The medium shot frames all the crates lined up neatly along the garden edge, with no clutter or distracting greenery nearby, allowing the focus to remain clearly on the full, modular planter border and its harmonious blend of texture and color. Attach recycled tin cans that have been freshly painted in soft pastel shades such as pastel pink, sky blue, or buttery yellow to a narrow wooden pallet laid horizontally at ground level. This creates a charming and eco-friendly garden edge that is both functional and visually appealing. Fill each tin can with a variety of succulent plants or vibrant summer blooms to add bursts of color and texture along your garden border. The rustic texture of the weathered tin cans contrasts beautifully with the clean, fresh pastel colors, resulting in a unique blend of vintage charm and modern design aesthetics. The wooden pallet serves as a sturdy base, grounding the entire arrangement while enhancing the rustic appeal. The camera angle captures the entire horizontal setup against a simple fence backdrop, with sharp autofocus highlighting the details of the painted cans and the lush plants within, drawing the viewer's eye along the delightful garden edge. Create a charming garden border by suspending recycled tin cans from a low wire frame, forming a neat row of hanging planters. Each tin can is painted in alternating pastel tones, soft lavender, mint green, pale peach, and buttery yellow, adding a gentle splash of color that brightens up the outdoor space. To enhance the modern feel, attach minimalist labels to each can, either stenciled or hand-painted in simple fonts, naming the plants or herbs inside. This arrangement perfectly blends the rustic texture of weathered tin with a clean, symmetrical design, offering a fresh take on garden decor. The camera captures the full length of this garden border against a rustic wooden fence, with a clear, uncluttered background that ensures all focus remains on the carefully aligned cans. The overall effect is airy and inviting, ideal for a breezy summer vibe in your yard. Use reclaimed concrete blocks arranged in an eye-catching zigzag pattern to create a unique and modern garden planter border. Paint the exposed faces of the blocks in soft pastel colors such as delicate blush pink or calming sage green to add warmth and charm to the otherwise industrial texture. The hollow centers of the blocks serve as perfect pockets to fill with vibrant summer plants, succulents, trailing vines, or bright flowers, adding bursts of life and color to the structured layout. This clever use of concrete brings a contemporary geometric feel to your garden, while the pastel hues soften the overall look, balancing toughness with subtle elegance. The medium shot frames the entire planter row, highlighting the interplay between the zigzag formation and the colorful painted faces, with a clean ground surface and a simple fence backdrop that keeps the focus on this stylish, refreshing garden feature. Stack 2 layers of reclaimed concrete blocks in a staggered layout to form a low garden border that combines both practicality and style. Each block is lightly washed with pastel paint, soft shades like powder blue, pale peach, or mint green, allowing the natural texture of the concrete to subtly show through, adding depth and visual interest. Fill some of the hollow spaces with fragrant herbs such as rosemary, thyme, or basil, bringing fresh greenery and scent to the arrangement. Other blocks are filled with decorative stones or pebbles in neutral tones, creating a balanced contrast between natural elements. This design merges the raw rustic appeal of concrete with gentle pastel tones, resulting in a contemporary yet inviting outdoor feature. The camera captures the entire setup within one frame, emphasizing the clean lines, layered texture, and harmonious color blend, all against a minimalist background free from clutter, keeping the focus firmly on the planter border's thoughtful composition. Cut old tires into quarters and half-bury them vertically along your garden bed to create a distinctive scalloped border that is both eco-friendly and visually striking. Each tire section is painted in cheerful pastel tones, think soft peach, baby blue, lavender, and mint green, infusing the rugged recycled material with a fresh, inviting charm. This clever reuse of tires combines a modern aesthetic with rustic, sustainable sensibility, making it a perfect statement for an outdoor space that values creativity and environmental consciousness. The scalloped shapes formed by the curved tire slices add a playful rhythm and texture to the garden edge. The shot captures the full arc of these tire sections, highlighting their bold curved forms and bright colors as they contrast beautifully against clean mulch or gravel, which enhances the overall crisp and tidy look of the border. Slice old tires lengthwise to create mini trough planters that can be placed neatly along the edge of your yard or garden. Paint these tire troughs in fresh pastel tones such as coral pink or soft seafoam green to breathe new life into the rustic recycled material. These painted tire planters serve as perfect containers for shallow-rooted flowers like pansies, petunias, or marigolds, adding bursts of color and softness to the outdoor space. The contrast between the rugged texture of the repurposed tires and the smooth, gentle pastel paint creates a visually appealing mix of rustic and modern styles. The camera angle captures the entire row of these planter troughs positioned against a rustic wooden fence, with a clean, uncluttered background to keep the focus clearly on the colorful, eco-friendly garden border, showcasing both creativity and sustainability in your yard design. Mount painted mason jars onto a low reclaimed wood beam laid horizontally near your garden's edge to create a charming vertical planter display. Each mason jar is carefully painted in soft pastel shades like powder blue, blush pink, or mint green, adding gentle pops of color that brighten the space. Wrap a rustic jute twine around the neck of each jar, tying simple bows or knots to enhance the natural farmhouse-inspired look. These mini planters can hold small flowers, succulents, or herbs, providing variety and life along the beam. The arrangement introduces a pleasing rhythm and balance through the repetition of jars, while the combination of painted glass and rough-hewn wood offers a harmonious mix of rustic texture and soft color. The medium camera shot captures the entire beam with all the jars neatly lined up, set against a clean, unobtrusive fence backdrop that keeps the focus on this delicate and creative garden feature. Use larger mason jars as charming mini vases by placing them directly on gravel paths or garden beds for a simple yet elegant display. Group the jars in sets of 3, positioning each trio neatly between rustic wooden planter dividers to create a sense of order and rhythm. The jars can hold fresh-cut flowers, wildflowers, or even sprigs of greenery, adding natural beauty and softness to the design. This arrangement balances clean repetition with a modern aesthetic while maintaining a rustic twist thanks to the weathered wood dividers and the vintage feel of the mason jars. The autofocus in the camera setup captures the full layout in one frame, emphasizing the neat grouping and symmetry. The clear, uncluttered foreground and background ensure that the focus remains solely on this thoughtfully arranged, harmonious garden vignette, making it a subtle but striking decorative feature. Cut wooden pallets into short, manageable sections to create a charming rustic garden border along the edge of your yard. Into each section, insert small terracotta pots that have been painted in soft pastel shades such as pastel pink or mint green. Position the pallet sections upright, lining them neatly to form a continuous row that combines the natural warmth and texture of the weathered wood with the fresh, modern appeal of the pastel-colored pots. Each pot can hold small plants, flowers, or herbs, adding bursts of greenery and subtle color to the overall design. This setup offers a perfect balance between rustic charm and clean, orderly presentation, making it an ideal garden feature for summer. The medium camera shot captures the entire row in one frame, ensuring the focus remains on the painted pots and wooden pallets, with a clear, unobstructed background free of surrounding greenery or clutter to highlight the neatness and simplicity of the arrangement. Flip wooden pallets horizontally and attach small recycled plastic cups painted in soft pastel tones like lavender, peach, or mint green to create a unique and low-maintenance garden planter along the fence. These cups serve as individual containers perfect for hardy, drought-tolerant plants or small succulents, making care easy while adding a pop of gentle color to your outdoor space. The horizontal orientation of the pallet allows the cups to be evenly spaced and securely fastened, creating a balanced and visually pleasing arrangement. Positioned parallel to the fence, the entire setup forms a neat, linear planter border that maximizes space without cluttering the garden. The camera captures the full length of the planter in a single frame, showcasing the clean lines and harmonious blend of rustic wood and soft pastel hues, all against a minimal, uncluttered backdrop that emphasizes the design's simplicity and charm. Create a distinctive garden border by alternating sturdy bricks with short wooden blocks painted in soft pastel shades such as pale peach, mint green, or lavender. This combination forms a linear pattern along the edge of your yard, blending the solid, grounded presence of the bricks with the lighter, charming appeal of the painted wood. The pastel tones on the wood introduce a sense of lightness and rhythm to the overall design, balancing the heavier, rustic texture of the bricks. This interplay of materials adds visual interest and a modern twist to a classic garden edge. The shot captures the entire length of the border in one frame, positioned along the yard's edge, with a clean, uncluttered background free of any garden distractions, allowing the focus to remain on the harmonious pattern and thoughtful use of color and texture. Stack sturdy bricks in a staggered formation to create a low garden wall along the yard's edge. Into the gaps between the bricks, embed old wooden drawer fronts that have been painted in soft pastel shades such as dusty rose, pale mint, or light lavender. These drawer fronts serve as charming mini planting slots, perfect for small flowers, succulents, or herbs, adding bursts of greenery and color within the rustic brick structure. This quirky fusion of rustic materials with a modern, colorful twist transforms the border into a unique focal point in the garden, blending vintage charm with contemporary design. The medium camera shot centers the entire border along with a rustic wooden fence in the background, ensuring no elements are cropped out and maintaining a balanced, cohesive view of the installation that highlights its creative and inviting character. Line up small dresser drawers painted in soft summer pastel shades like blush pink, soft lavender, mint green, and buttery yellow along your fence line to create a whimsical and charming garden border. Each drawer is adorned with recycled vintage furniture handles that add character and a touch of nostalgia, enhancing the rustic appeal of the setup. Fill each drawer with a variety of flowers or succulents, introducing pops of color and texture that bring life and vibrancy to the space. The drawers, repurposed and creatively arranged, become individual mini planters that combine functionality with artistic flair. The entire row is captured from a distance in the shot, allowing viewers to appreciate the delicate painted details, the charming hardware, and the lush greenery all set against a simple, clean background, ensuring the focus stays on this unique, pastel-colored garden feature. Stack 2 layers of small dresser drawers along your garden edge, arranging them at alternating angles to create an engaging sense of depth and shadow. The drawers, made from aged, weathered wood, are painted in gentle pastel hues like soft peach, pale mint, or light lavender, which brings a subtle brightness that contrasts beautifully with the rustic textures. This playful yet thoughtful arrangement transforms the drawers into a sculptural planter display that evokes a warm, cozy feeling while adding visual interest through its layered composition. Fill the drawers with a variety of plants, succulents, trailing vines, or delicate flowers, to further enhance the textured look. The camera shot fully captures this creative planter sculpture within the frame, focusing on the unique angles and the harmonious mix of rustic material and soft color, with no visual distractions or clutter to detract from the design. Create a sparkling garden border by sinking upside-down wine bottles painted in soft pastel colors, like pale pink, mint green, and sky blue, into the soil along your yard's edge. The smooth, glossy glass contrasts beautifully with the rustic imperfection of the outdoor setting, blending modern elegance with a touch of vintage charm. The bottles catch and reflect sunlight, creating a subtle glimmer that adds a magical quality to your garden border. This creative reuse of glass bottles is both eco-friendly and visually striking, turning ordinary materials into an eye-catching feature. The frame captures the entire line of bottles in one continuous shot, with a rustic wooden fence as the backdrop and a tidy, well-maintained foreground that highlights the clean, orderly arrangement of the glass border. Cut recycled glass bottles lengthwise to create charming mini trough planters perfect for growing tiny herbs such as thyme, chives, or oregano. These eco-friendly planters can be grouped in pairs or trios along your garden edge to form an organic and inviting structure. Each trough can be left transparent, painted softly in pastel hues like lavender, mint, or peach, or wrapped delicately in natural twine to add rustic texture and warmth. This creative reuse of glass blends sustainability with aesthetics, offering a fresh, handcrafted look that complements a variety of garden styles. The camera shot captures the full arrangement in one frame, focusing sharply on the grouped troughs and their delicate contents, with a balanced composition that highlights their natural beauty without distractions. Lay an old broken wooden ladder horizontally along your garden edge and securely fix shallow pots between its rungs to create a unique and functional planter display. Paint the ladder and pots in cheerful pastel shades such as sunny yellow, soft peach, and light mint to add warmth and vibrancy to the rustic wood. This creative reuse transforms the ladder into both a sculptural piece and a practical garden feature, blending vintage charm with modern color. The shallow pots are ideal for small plants, succulents, or seasonal flowers, bringing texture and life to the setup. The camera shot captures the entire length of the ladder planter against a simple fence backdrop, with clean gravel neatly spread beneath, emphasizing the tidy and inviting nature of the arrangement and allowing the colors and shapes to stand out beautifully. Stand a small wooden ladder upright and hinge additional slats between its steps to create a vertical garden border that maximizes space while offering a stylish display. The rustic ladder, made from weathered wood, is painted in soft pastel hues such as pale lavender, mint green, or peach, blending the natural texture with gentle color to soften the overall look. This design combines the organic charm of reclaimed materials with clean, modern lines, resulting in a versatile garden feature that can hold small pots, hanging plants, or decorative elements. The camera shot frames the full height and width of the structure, capturing the harmonious blend of rustic form and contemporary style, with a clear, uncluttered background that highlights the vertical garden's unique appeal and thoughtful construction. Use old wooden window shutters laid horizontally at ground level to create a charming and rustic garden border base. Into the slats of the shutters, securely mount tin cups or mini pots that have been painted in soft pastel shades like pale lavender, mint green, or blush pink. These containers serve as delightful holders for summer florals, herbs, or small succulents, adding vibrant life and color to the arrangement. The natural wood grain of the weathered shutters combines beautifully with the gentle pastel hues, creating a harmonious blend of rustic texture and soft color. This setup offers a neat, orderly, and creative way to display plants along your garden edge. The medium camera shot captures the entire length of the shutter border in one frame, with a clear focus on the painted pots and wood texture, while keeping the background simple and uncluttered to emphasize the charming design. Stand old wooden window shutters upright and hinge them slightly to form a folding screen-style garden feature that serves as a charming vertical planter. Attach small planters or pots between the slats, each painted in soft pastel tones like lavender, mint, or pale peach, creating a light and breezy appearance that brightens the space. This setup not only adds layers of texture and color, but also helps to define and separate garden areas with rustic elegance. The weathered wood's natural grain contrasts beautifully with the gentle pastel hues, resulting in a harmonious blend of vintage charm and modern freshness. The camera captures the entire folding shutter screen fully within the frame, with no obstructions, showcasing its structure and pastel-colored planters clearly against a simple, uncluttered background that emphasizes the design's airy, inviting vibe. Attach cut sections of old metal gutters, painted in soft pastel shades such as blush pink or mint green, along a low wooden frame to create a sleek and modern garden border planter. These repurposed gutter sections provide a clean, linear structure that contrasts beautifully with the rustic origins of the materials. The smooth metal surfaces and pastel colors lend a fresh, contemporary feel, while the wood frame adds warmth and texture, balancing the overall design. This minimalist yet functional border planter is perfect for small flowers, succulents, or herbs, offering a neat and tidy way to define garden edges. The entire piece is photographed from a slight distance, allowing the clean geometry of the gutter sections and wooden frame to be fully appreciated, with a simple background that emphasizes the sharp lines and soft colors of this eco-friendly garden feature. Stack 2 layers of plastic gutter pieces, painted in gentle pastel tones like soft peach, pale lavender, or mint green, at a slight incline along the edge of your front yard to create a unique and minimalist garden border. Each gutter section acts as a shallow trough, perfect for planting compact summer flowers such as marigolds, petunias, or small daisies, which add bursts of vibrant color and texture to the clean lines of the setup. The layered arrangement introduces subtle depth and dimension, blending modern simplicity with rustic charm. The entire garden border is carefully organized, ensuring no overlapping plants, which helps maintain a neat and visually pleasing composition. The full setup is captured clearly in one frame, emphasizing the gentle pastel palette, the thoughtful layering, and the harmonious balance between form and flora in this eco-conscious outdoor feature. Use reclaimed wood logs sliced into thick discs, then paint each disc in soft pastel hues such as blush pink, mint green, or lavender to create a lively and cheerful garden border. Arrange the painted log discs vertically side by side along the edge of your garden or yard, forming a continuous low fence that combines rustic natural texture with a fresh splash of color. The round faces of the logs add a rhythmic pattern and organic charm to the design, enhancing the garden's visual appeal. This creative reuse of natural materials offers a warm, welcoming look that feels both handcrafted and thoughtfully modern. The medium camera shot captures the full length of the border in one frame, clearly showing the colorful log faces with no visual clutter or distractions in the background, allowing the rustic yet vibrant character of the border to stand out beautifully. Create a playful and charming garden border by mixing raw, natural log slices with ones painted in soft pastel shades such as pale peach, mint green, and lavender, arranged in an alternating pattern along the yard's edge. Some of the painted or natural log slices can be hollowed slightly to serve as tiny planters for small succulents or delicate flowers, adding bursts of life and texture. This blend of raw wood's natural grain with the gentle pastel colors introduces a dynamic rhythm and a cheerful contrast, creating a border that feels both rustic and fresh. The camera frames the entire line evenly, capturing the alternating pattern with a soft background blur that highlights the textures and colors of the logs, while gently fading the surroundings to keep the focus on this creative and whimsical garden feature. Use short sections of old PVC or metal pipes, approximately 3 to 6 inches tall, set upright firmly into the soil to create a distinctive garden border. Paint each pipe in soft pastel colors such as blush pink, mint green, or light lavender to bring a fresh and playful touch to the industrial materials. These painted pipe sections act as individual mini planters, perfect for housing small succulents, herbs, or tiny flowering plants, adding greenery and life within the neat vertical tubes. Arrange the pipes in a repeating pattern along the edge of your garden or yard, establishing a modern, orderly border that combines rustic charm with an industrial edge. The entire setup is captured from a slight distance in the frame, showing clean spacing between each pipe and highlighting the harmonious balance between color, form, and texture against a simple, uncluttered background. Cut larger recycled pipes lengthwise in half to create semicircular trough planters that can be placed along the base of your fence, forming a distinctive and eye-catching garden border. Paint the interiors of these pipe troughs in gentle pastel colors such as soft peach, mint green, or pale lavender, which contrast beautifully with the raw industrial exterior of the pipes. This combination of rugged material and delicate color adds visual variety and a modern rustic charm to your garden space. Fill the troughs with compact summer flowers, herbs, or succulents to enhance the organic feel and soften the industrial look. The entire structure is captured in one sharp, focused shot that clearly shows the full length of the setup, emphasizing the striking contrast between the sturdy recycled pipes and their pastel-painted interiors, all framed against a clean, uncluttered background. Use old wooden chairbacks salvaged from discarded furniture and paint them in soft pastel shades such as blush pink, mint green, or lavender to create a charming mini fence along your garden edge. Line these painted chairbacks side by side, securely anchoring them into the ground to form a quirky vintage-inspired border that adds personality and warmth to your outdoor space. Enhance each chairback by hanging small pots or mason jars filled with colorful flowers or trailing plants from the slats or spindles, adding layers of texture and greenery. This creative reuse blends rustic charm with playful artistic flair, making the fence both functional and visually engaging. The frame captures the entire row of chairbacks neatly aligned, with a rustic wooden fence serving as a complementary backdrop, emphasizing the fence's unique character and pastel hues without distractions. Use full wooden chairs with their seats removed and place small pots or planters inside the base frames to create a distinctive garden border. Paint the chairs lightly in soft pastel tones such as pale peach, mint green, or lavender, allowing the worn edges and natural wood grain to show through for a beautifully weathered, rustic character. This creative arrangement combines vintage charm with a fresh, summery palette, offering both visual interest and functional planting space. The open seat frames provide perfect homes for flowers, herbs, or succulents, while the pastel paint softens the overall look and ties the collection together cohesively. The medium camera shot captures the entire line of chairs neatly arranged against a tidy gravel foreground, emphasizing the rustic aesthetic and the gentle color palette, with a simple, uncluttered background that keeps the focus on this unique garden feature. Create charming mini planter boxes styled like vintage toolboxes by repurposing reclaimed wood and painting each box in soft, summery pastel shades such as buttery yellow, coral, or baby blue. Attach sturdy rope handles to the sides of each box to add a rustic, handcrafted feel and enhance the nostalgic aesthetic. Arrange these adorable planter boxes neatly in a row along your garden edge or front yard to form a low, orderly border that blends functionality with decorative appeal. Fill each toolbox with a mix of seasonal flowers, small herbs, or succulents, adding bursts of vibrant color and texture to the display. The full scene is shot from a slight distance, allowing the entire sequence of planter boxes to be captured within the frame, showcasing their coordinated pastel palette, rustic accents, and neat alignment against a simple, clean background that emphasizes their charm and design. Use authentic vintage toolboxes as unique planters by giving them a fresh update with pastel spray paint finishes in soft shades like blush pink, mint green, or powder blue. To preserve their rustic charm, allow some areas to show light rust or weathering, creating a beautiful contrast between aged texture and delicate color. Fill each toolbox with bright, vibrant summer plants such as marigolds, petunias, or trailing ivy to bring life and energy to the display. Arrange the toolboxes in a neat row or grouped clusters along your garden edge, balancing nostalgic character with tidy organization. The entire setup is captured fully within the frame, focusing sharply on the vintage details and pastel hues, with clean, uncluttered surroundings that highlight the harmonious blend of old and new in this charming garden feature. Clean and repurpose used paint cans by giving them a fresh coat of pastel paint in complementary shades like soft lavender, mint green, and pale peach. Arrange the painted cans side by side along the edge of your front yard to form a charming and colorful planter border. Add a modern touch by stenciling minimalist numbers, geometric shapes, or simple patterns on each can, enhancing their visual appeal while maintaining a clean, contemporary vibe. Fill the cans with small summer plants, succulents, or flowers to bring life and texture to the setup. The entire row is captured with full visibility in the frame, showcasing the neat arrangement and vibrant colors against a bare, uncluttered front yard edge. This creative reuse of everyday materials blends rustic character with modern design for a fresh and inviting garden feature. Hang pastel-painted cans from a horizontal wooden beam positioned just a few inches above the ground to create a charming suspended garden border. Each can is painted in soft complementary pastel shades such as blush pink, mint green, or pale lavender, bringing a fresh and airy feel to the rustic metal material. The suspended form adds lightness and movement, contrasting beautifully with the sturdy wooden beam and the natural textures of the surrounding garden. This creative reuse transforms ordinary cans into a unique planter display, perfect for small flowers, succulents, or herbs. The medium camera shot captures the entire line of hanging cans clearly, showing their even spacing and the clean, minimalist design. The simple background emphasizes the rustic modern blend and the playful pastel colors, making the setup both functional and visually appealing. Use small weathered wicker baskets as charming garden planters by first lining them with plastic to protect against moisture and soil. Lightly paint the baskets with soft pastel washes in colors such as pale peach, mint green, or lavender, adding a delicate tint that enhances their natural texture while maintaining their rustic appeal. These baskets offer a unique blend of softness and structure, with the woven wicker creating a cozy tactile surface that complements the gentle pastel hues. Arrange the baskets neatly in a row along your garden fence or yard edge to form an inviting and textural planter border. The entire setup is captured fully in frame with a medium shot, showcasing the continuity of the pastel tones and the intricate wicker patterns. The simple background highlights the combination of organic material and subtle color, resulting in a warm, rustic modern garden feature. Mix old picnic baskets and storage baskets of varying sizes and shapes to create a charming and eclectic garden border. Paint or lightly wash each basket in soft pastel shades such as blush pink, mint green, pale yellow, or lavender to unify the diverse collection with a gentle, cohesive color palette. Use these repurposed baskets as planters, filling them with a variety of summer flowers, succulents, or herbs to add life and texture. Arrange the baskets in a clean, linear formation along your garden edge or fence line, balancing rustic charm with an organized, intentional layout. The entire grouping is captured fully in one frame, free from foliage distractions or clutter, allowing the pastel colors and varied basket textures to take center stage in this rustic modern planter border that is both playful and neat. Fill an old wooden soda crate with an assortment of glass bottles that have been painted in soft pastel shades such as pale pink, mint green, and light lavender, transforming them into charming mini vases. Each bottle holds a single summer bloom or a delicate herb sprig, creating a simple yet elegant display bursting with seasonal color and life. The rustic wooden crate provides a warm, textured base that contrasts beautifully with the smooth, sleek surfaces of the glass bottles, blending natural and refined elements in a fresh, summery arrangement. Position the crate low against the fence or garden edge, anchoring the display within the outdoor space. A medium shot captures the entire composition in frame, highlighting the harmonious mix of rustic wood, colorful glass, and delicate flora with clarity and balance. Remove the internal dividers from an old wooden soda crate to create a single, open planter box. Paint the entire crate in soft pastel shades such as pale peach or mint green, giving it a fresh, summery appearance while preserving its rustic charm. Fill the crate with soil and group a variety of small plants, like compact herbs, succulents, or low-growing flowers, inside, creating a neat and vibrant mini garden. This setup offers a compact and organized border solution perfect for tidy landscaping along fences, walkways, or garden edges. The full crate border is shown clearly in one frame, emphasizing its clean lines and pastel color, with no visual clutter or garden spillover to distract from the simple, charming design. The balance of rustic wood and gentle pastel tones creates an inviting and well-kept outdoor feature. Take apart an old wooden ladder and repurpose its individual rungs as unique planter stands spaced evenly along your garden border. Each rung is securely fixed horizontally into the ground or mounted on low posts, creating a sculptural and rhythmic edge that adds architectural interest to your outdoor space. Attach pastel-painted cans, mason jars, or small pots to each rung, filling them with vibrant summer flowers, succulents, or herbs. The soft pastel colors such as blush pink, mint green, or baby blue bring a fresh, modern contrast to the rustic wood, blending vintage charm with contemporary design. This creative reuse transforms ordinary materials into a stylish and functional garden feature. The camera shot captures the entire layout along the fence, showing the evenly spaced rungs and colorful planters in full view, emphasizing the balance between rustic detail and modern spacing. Take apart an old wooden ladder and repurpose its individual rungs as unique planter stands spaced evenly along your garden border. Each rung is securely fixed horizontally into the ground or mounted on low posts, creating a sculptural and rhythmic edge that adds architectural interest to your outdoor space. Attach pastel-painted cans, mason jars, or small pots to each rung, filling them with vibrant summer flowers, succulents, or herbs. The soft pastel colors such as blush pink, mint green, or baby blue bring a fresh, modern contrast to the rustic wood, blending vintage charm with contemporary design. This creative reuse transforms ordinary materials into a stylish and functional garden feature. The camera shot captures the entire layout along the fence, showing the evenly spaced rungs and colorful planters in full view, emphasizing the balance between rustic detail and modern spacing. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you found inspiration in these pastel rustic garden border ideas, proof that a little creativity and some forgotten materials can totally transform your outdoor space. If you're planning to try one of these designs, let me know which one in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you're working on. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more DIY garden tips, upcycling projects, and creative outdoor styling ideas just like this. You can also check the description for links to paints, tools, and materials I mentioned. Until next time, stay creative, stay inspired, and keep making your home and garden a reflection of your personal style. See you in the next video.
Cazadoro.